you guys will have to let me know about picture quality here because while I know picture quality might have been or is kind of iffy at the homestead where we're at out here, I think picture quality might even be more iffy. Not too shabby. Yeah, hey Robert, I'm gonna move around a little bit. It's there's certain places I was testing it, and the video seemed to be or the signal seemed to be a little bit better. Not bad for being in the middle of nowhere. So I am in Tennessee right now. We are up on Snowbird Mountain in Tennessee, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm hurting. it was rough. Where I started, we started at the base of Snowbird Mountain. On second thought, I probably should have maybe picked a little easier starting spot, like my dad said. But we made it almost 4 miles actually, and we didn't even get started till I guess around 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. So we made good time. And 4 miles, isn't that bad, but according to the GPS, we walked a total of 1,800 feet up in just under 4 miles. So, it's a steep hill. It's uphill. Yeah, we're getting to that. Copper, we have our little spot here. You can see I got a mess doing dinner. We already fed Copper, and there's Copper. He has puppy belly, and he is out. He is out cold. He is so tired. He can't stand it. Oh my goodness. So, whoops. There we go. Now actually, I've passed. I thought it would be super crowded. Now, me and Copper, we're not staying in any of the shelters. Some of the shelters might be crowded, but we are. Oh, thanks, Robert. I think we passed maybe 3. We saw maybe 3 or 4 people. That's all. Almost nobody. Since we've been here at this little spot, I'll show you guys around this. This is one of the headwaters of Snowbird Creek up here on on Snowbird Mountain. Yeah, like I said, it's I was walking around. I was trying to find the best signal. It's been interesting. There we go. Hey, Mom. But I guess I have to video that. I'm not going to be able to get down and actually show you guys the creek, but it is. Oh, there we go. I can zoom in a little bit now. You might not be able to see it with it zoomed in. I don't know, Robert. It's pretty small, and I'm so tired. I don't even think I'm going to be able to think about breaking out the trout rod. All right, there we go. I'm not even going to try to break out the trout rod or the fly rod tonight, especially because it's getting a little bit dark. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous spot. All right, I'm going to try and stay right here. I am going to set my fat butt down on the big log. Yeah, there is water back here, but if I take y'all to see it, the signal will go bad in 10 feet, and you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. So, we are, yeah, and I didn't do a whole lot of, thank you, Julie, I appreciate that. I didn't do a whole lot of filming on the GoPro today for the first leg of this trip. I toyed with it, started to break it out and do some, and started having a little bit of issues with it, and I finally said, nope, I need to put enough distance between me and the road. You know, I had to get those first steps. I had to get to the point of no return, which is why we maybe pushed Copper's good. He's tired, but he was fine. But maybe I pushed maybe a little bit harder than I should have, because I wanted to get to the point where I couldn't just be like, oh man, I don't know, and call mom and dad, be like, hey, come back to the road and get me. So where we are now, there's no way I'm making it back down that mountain at night. So that was kind of my thinking behind not taking much time to film and stuff with the to film during the first few miles. But it wasn't bad. Now I had plenty of water, but I drank a lot more than I should have. I'm gonna start rationing water, but I've got to get a little bit better shape, and I can ration my water. So I heard this creek, and I was saving the last of our water for Copper, and I heard the creek. I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna head and roughneck it down this bank and fill up our water balls. And it was brutal. It wasn't that far, but it was steep and slippery, and we finally made it down. We stood there for a little while, and thank you very much, Susan. We stood there for a little while, and or sat there, fill up our water balls. I'm like, oh God, I've got to make it back up this bank, which was a lot harder than getting down it. And then we walked literally 5 minutes, and found this awesome spot. And for you other guys just join us, this isn't the trail right here. The trail's right up there. So this is just off the trail, but you know, you can tell it's just a little spot. People come down here, resupply their water. Got an old tree down. There's a nice little pretty flat spot right there that we'll be able to sleep on, break out the tent and all here in a little while. But you really could not ask for a prettier spot. Unseasonably warm, nothing like South Georgia, but it's going to be in the mid-80s. Tomorrow, we're going to be down in the 60s at night, so it's cooling down this week. I think the temperature drops after a little while, but whenever I'm camping out and sleep outside, I always wake up early. So we'll just get up and we'll do most of our walking before lunch, and then we'll take a siesta and find some water. Yeah, there are 2 bears. We just barely saw them. The guy that was one of the people we saw was passing us told us about them, and they were about 2 miles back. Just 2 little black bears, and I've already got all our food, all the food trash packed up and Copper's dishes washed. And then since I do know there's bears pretty close in the area, I probably will take our food bags and take them 50 feet from where we're sleeping, and I've got rope and everything, and I'll tie them up in a tree on a little limb. So, but for the most part, they're way more scared of us than we are of them. And unless they're very, very used to humans around a campground type area, they don't really show up too much. From what I've read and the research and talking to people, I think there might have been one 20 years ago or something of bears attacking or hurting people on the trail. So it's not really one of those things that's top of my list. Yeah, there's no grizzlies. Black bears, most of my dogs are as big as the black bears around here. They're really not that bad. What's up, Mark? Hey, I did end up bringing the tent, so I'm gonna give it a shot. But I will tell y'all that I'm probably going to be meeting my mom and dad around Max Patch. That's about 10 miles. So we'll probably make that day after tomorrow. And I'm going to go back through. That's one reason my ruck's all torn apart now. I'm repacking it. I'm probably going to go back through and par down again. So I do have some extra equipment with, batteries and GoPros and stuff. But it's really not that heavy. It's about 50 pounds, which is a quarter of my body weight. So it's not that bad. But it's still pretty heavy. And by the time we hit Max Patch, 2 to 3 days, I bet it won't feel as heavy. And I promise you, Jen, I am going to sleep great tonight. I am going to be sleeping great tonight. One, being outside. Two, being right next to this little creek right here. Nice cool weather. And then having, for you guys just joining, we made about just under 4 miles today with a total elevation gain of 1,800 feet. We actually walked. I think the actual elevation gain was 1,100. We're at 3,300 feet right now. It started down, I think, just over 15 in the valley floor, and it was, if you look at the GPS, I already shut it down, but you can see, I'll film all that on the video. I mean, it's just straight up. It was tough. It was tough, but it would have been as bad if I had factored in one more water bottle, and then if I hadn't tried to go resupply my water 100 feet from where this was, straight down that slippery bank. It was a bank that looked kind of like that. So you can see that bank back there, you know, it's just thick, 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 and really steep. And so with my backpack, I should have left my backpack up at the trail, and just took my water bottles down, but hey, I won't make that mistake again. But we are, for all y'all just tuning in, I'm in Tennessee on Snowbird Mountain, on one of the headwater creeks for Snowbird Creek, and we made it. We got our first day under our belt. I'm trying to not move too much. Hey, Robert, is it still okay? The picture quality? We do have 4 bars. There was a couple spots that we had some 5G, but that was further back, and when I was trying to get water, so I didn't stop. Yeah, but we definitely will be. Up where we're at, still cool. We got a good spot. I don't think we have to worry too awful much about snakes. Yeah, Copper's good. He is 16 weeks old, but he's not carrying any weight. And like today, we walked just a couple miles, or a couple hours. I think total about 3. I don't know what time it is, about 6. So we walked, 3 or 4 hours, which is really not much more than he does running around chasing Blue and me and Robert on the bird farm and the homestead. So he's pretty good. Now he's passed out. He is absolutely just snoring away. But that's because I went ahead and fed him. Before we started the video because he was hungry. So now he has puppy belly and he's just done. Oh yeah, no, we're not in a hurry. We're just going to go, and especially once we get up past Max Patch and start hitting some trout water, we're definitely going to be taking our time. I think what we did on most of this was we'd walk about 20 minutes, and then we'd just stop and sit down for 10 or 15, and we'd walk for 20 minutes, stop and sit down for 15. So, because it was steep, it was really steep. So, wasn't any big reason to push it. We definitely had a great first day. Mom, like I said, I was anxious to get out here and just make some distance and get started. So I was a little bit grumpy this morning. Sorry about that, Mom. But we managed to. Mom did get video of us leaving and of the ride down and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do have all that footage thanks to her, because I was not much in the mood for shooting video this morning. Yeah, Mark, sorry we wasn't able to meet up on the way up. Everything just got kind of rushed and hectic, and water pipes breaking and all that stuff. Oh yeah, what's up, Scott? There you are. Yeah, Copper's crash and burn. He's out. He's kind of giving me the stink eye right now. Well, he closed them again. I think he was trying to tell me to be quiet. But he opened up one eye. He opened up one eye and looked at me. And now he's rolling back over. Family reunion was good. There wasn't a whole lot of people there, but it was good to see some people I hadn't seen in a long time. So, you know, make it to one every 25 years, I guess. I'll be all right. Yeah, Robert's already been throwing in some help. He's been getting a few calls to help out over there already. So he's going to be earning his tractor rent while I'm gone. For sure. No, it's all good. I do appreciate that, Robert. Thank you very much for helping out. Oh, I really wish I could get down there and show you guys, because it is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous little creek. There's a little water. Oh, there we go. You can see a little bit. There's a little waterfall right there. A couple little waterfalls. And then it goes up just to, you know, a nice little, just a little branch. But it is a great spot. I was really happy. We found it. If it wasn't for all the trees, you could really see, you could see a lot. Like I said, we're at about, well, we're about 3,200 because we did start coming down a little bit. Oh, it didn't bother me leaving all those kittens. Those kittens are covered. My wife and daughter have those kittens taken care of. But, oh yeah, no problem. Man, we anything we need, we take care of it. But nice seeing all y'all. Like, I'm not really in a rush. I have nothing much to do. I'm gonna make my dinner and set up camp, and I don't know, it's something like 6:30 or 7, and I'm pretty sure probably within the next 45 minutes I'm going to be passed out for dinner. That's a good. I actually already set it out. Oh man, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. So for dinner, this is the first one I pulled out. It is chicken fried rice, green peas, onions, carrots, and mushrooms, freeze dried. So chicken fried rice. Yeah, I wanted to dig out a chili mac, Robert, and that one was right there on top, and I could see some of the other ones, and they weren't chili mac, so I was like, I'll eat that one. I did get more chili mac than anything else. So we're going to see. We're going to see how we'll do a review on the chicken fried rice. I hope it's good, because that made me think of Tina's, Robert. I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have Tina's. But I know as soon as I take a bite, and since I put the image of Tina's in my head, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. So I really wish I hadn't thought of Tina's when I picked up the chicken fried rice. How you doing, Julie? Rebecca, everybody. Oh, that's good. That chicken has a smoky flavor. You know, at this point tonight, I'm I'm pretty hungry, so I think any of it's going to taste good. Oh yeah, some soy sauce. You know, I should have brought some soy sauce, but that's why my bag's so heavy, because I kept thinking of everything I should have. Like, oh, I should take some of this. I should take a little bit of that. And a whole lot of little bit stuff, a whole lot of little bit adds up to a whole lot. So, yeah. But we'll see. I'll give you guys a review tomorrow. And actually, as we go, I'll review all the meals. And they're all the same brand, just for ease of purchasing. Because that's what I could find local. I didn't have to worry about it not getting here in time. So, and we had tested the one meal, so. Yeah, that chai coffee is, or the Thai coffee is good. Good grief, I can't talk. Yes, Amy, I'm taking pictures and video. I took more pictures and just video on my cell phone than anything. I didn't get a lot on the GoPro from the very first day today. Like I was saying earlier, just wanted to get some distance between me and the road and, you know, get started instead of, I wanted to hit that point of no return. So I hit that point of no return where I can't walk back, and like I'm here now. And it got rough there for a little bit, but it's all good. Now tomorrow morning might be a different story. We might end up here in this little camp area maybe a day. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be, my legs are going to be screaming. So we'll probably get up and go scout ahead without the backpack just to get limbered up and moving tomorrow. Go walk a mile or so up and then come back down and get our stuff, because it's going to take me a little while to get where I can move a little bit. Yeah, well, it's either go forward a little bit, then come back, or my legs lock up and I don't go forward or backwards, and I'm just stuck right here. So, you know, I'll just sink my cost on that one. All right, everybody, give it up. Stop talking about food. Remember, I'm stuck out here. I'm stuck out here eating freeze-dried food. I don't need all the food stuff. You too, Mark. Stop talking about green beans. Everybody talking about fried rice. Got making me hungry. And I obviously don't have much variety here. I hope so. I know it might be, been looking at the map, might be a day or two before I really hit any good trout water. Now I will be giving this a good look now in the morning when there's better light. We'll be seeing, because even in a little creek like this, where there's not a lot of people that fish it, there can be some good sized native trout, and up at this elevation there'll be speckled trout. Now the speckles are they're not endangered anymore, I don't think, but they are protected. And they're not real big. Like, you catch a 6-inch speckled trout, and that's a big speckled trout. But they'd be fun to catch, and you only catch them, you know, in certain areas in Appalachian Mountains up over 3,500 feet, 3,000 feet here on the eastern seaboard. So I would like to catch one. That would be awesome. But it won't be anything I'll be able to eat. Let's just keep going away too fast. No, I'm not going to worry about a fire. One of the whole tenets of the Appalachian Trail. Now there will be times I'll build a fire, like if I do catch a fish, but it'll be just a tiny little fire, just big enough to cook, or I'll cook it on my little burner, because one of the whole tenets of the Appalachian Trail is leave no trace. And I will say, I haven't walked the trail in a long time. I didn't really remember. You go in any other national park or a state park, you know, walk a trail, and there's going to be trash, a lot of trash, you know, litter and stuff on the side. But it has been remarkably clean. I haven't seen a single, you know, pack of cigarettes or a cigarette butt or, you know, protein bar wrapper. I haven't seen a single piece of trash in the 4 miles that I've started walking. So I will say, you know, it does keep everything pretty, and it makes you be able to get back to nature without a reminder of how bad we as humans screw nature up. So, you know, it has been nice. So, you know, if I do make a little fire, it'll be an area that I know I'm allowed to make a fire, and it'll just be very small, and it'll be covered up, and you won't even know that I did anything. But out here, I've got my tent, sleeping bag. It's not supposed to rain, so I won't need to do the tarp. Put a tarp up, and we'll be good. Got my little rollout pad. Oh yeah, there's shelters. The shelter here, the next one's up about 3 miles away. I wasn't making 3 more miles tonight, and you know, kind of the whole point of this was for me to kind of get out a little bit on my own and, you know, work through some PTSD issues, and especially tonight, you know, not being able to drink, not smoking. I'll probably be a little grumpy, and no one would want me in the shelter. Now there are going to be some shelters I'm going to stay in, you know, as we go. And I'm going to be staying in a hostel or two. There's some hostels up through here. Never done that. I'm going to stay in a hostel just to say I did it. And then there's also, probably towards the end, there's some nice little, real rustic, not hostels, but actually little hotels and like resupply stations and stuff. And I will be definitely hitting up a couple of those just to get, you know, a good meal and a hot shower and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. But I think I've got, before I hit really, I think there's like a one in Max Patch, and that's going to be about 2 days out. So for the next 2 days, this is going to be, you know, what I've got, what you see behind me, and I'm okay with that. Thank you, Sandy. I don't know, Amy. I've never stayed in one, so I'll report back when I stay at a hostel. I'll let you know. Yeah, the only thing I really know about hostels is I watched that horror movie once. That's my experience. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, Robert, that's what me and you were talking about. Like, I watched that movie, so hopefully that's not how it turns out. I don't think so. They're supposed to actually be really nice, and actually there was a hostel, the Some Bear Farms, right at the trail where I started, and it was actually a really nice little area, but I didn't take the time. Like I said, I was excited to get going. I was impatient to get walking, so I didn't stop and go in or anything. But I had a bunch of like little outhouse like, you know, small cabins, yurts, stuff like that. It actually looked really cool. I would like to go back by there sometime. I think they do like a lot of homemade food and things like that. So, you know. Yeah, that same here. I just don't, I know I always used to carry way more than 50 pounds in my rucksack, and I'm telling you, this 50-pound backpack feels a lot heavier than my 80 or 90-pound ruck used to 20 years ago. I gotta get back in shape. I am, and actually the night of the 30th, I think that will actually almost be perfect, because that's when I will be in Max Patch. And Max Patch, there is like a big huge grassy area on top of this mountain. So I'm really hoping, even if I have to slow down, it's 10 miles, so I should pretty much easily be able to make it having all day. So I'm really hoping to get to see that meteor shower. The weather's supposed to be good, so I should have a great view from Max Patch, and won't be able to videotape it. The GoPro wouldn't even begin to catch the meteor shower, but I'll go watch it and let y'all know how it turns out. But I think on that note, folks, I am starting to get a little bit hungry now, and I know somebody said, "Oh, you can, you know, make dinner and stuff while you talk." I really can't, because if I really move from this spot, I'm going to lose my signal I've got, and I won't be able to, you guys wouldn't be able to see or hear me anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for all your support and help. And we have started. We have started. Oh, shut up, Robert. Yeah, on that note, I'm going to sign off. And like I said, every day I can, I'll be coming live. So as long as I have enough service to get a video like this, I will be doing a live every day. Maybe sometimes twice a day, depending if I find something really cool. So stay tuned, and we will see y'all tomorrow.